What is up, you guys? Thank you again for stopping by Galadon Gaming today. It's Clash Royale. Impossible. Okay, well, technically improbable. Not impossible, or they wouldn't have happened. Comebacks, and of course, none other than Electrify. You guys, if you watched my Clash of Clans videos, you know after a while everybody just wanted to see Metador or just wanted to see Taka no Hana. Well, I have a feeling that's where we're headed with Electrify. Although, well, a bit controversial because he is bringing 3 legendary cards to mostly tournament battles. But come on, you guys, it's not just a no-skill thing. You've got to have skill to have won nearly 30,000 cards in tournaments and to be beating much higher level players. Today we are looking at this deck that Electrify has really helped to make famous and aggravate players worldwide, not with just his wins, but the winning style, the way this happens. You can see a lot of people were watching this battle right here, and this deck, I don't know what it is. Maybe Electrify doesn't ever feel threatened even when he goes way down early, but it looks like he's in trouble. Here comes the Giant. He drops in the Sparky. And again, like I say, and you'll see it in a future episode, if you know how to counter Sparky, it's not that OP. It's not an impossible aggravating card. I find other cards way more aggravating, but we will talk about that later. Right here, though, the Giant gets into the tower along with other units. The poison spell on the tower, on the Elixir Collector, on the Sparky as well. And early on, Electrify is in a lot of trouble. Suffered massive amount of damage, and the Sparky just about done. He does throw up the well played. And right away, the thanks. Here goes Sparky, doesn't get to the tower. Basically, things have reset. But look at the huge advantage that this opponent has. So far ahead right now, if this is going to continue this way, Electrify has no chance. But again, something about Electrify's playing style, and maybe it's the opponent gets this false sense of security. Sometimes, I mean, if I have a big lead like this, I might feel a little bit more like, okay, I countered his first Sparky, I'm going to be able to counter any other Sparky he throws in. This one comes from further back, though. You see that second Sparky drop was behind the King's Tower rather than in front. The poison spell already down. Musketeer, Giant, Princess all on the advance once again. The Mini P.E.K.K.A, just like we saw before, such a dangerous card. A second Giant, but this time the first Giant annihilated by the 3 legendary cards. You can see right there the second Giant falling to the similar fate, and now another Sparky is up. Yes, he's got 2 Sparkies pushing forward. The first one goes down, but there it is. The very dangerous Giant in front of the Sparky, fully charged, right there, discharging time and time again, taking out unit after unit. And between the Ice Wizard, the guards, and the Princess, just so much protection for the Sparky that sure enough, Sparky winding its way in, taking the tower down right as regulation ends. Aggravation and tears from the opponent, and Electrify with another amazing win. Alright, so we will look at another battle from Electrify, but this one we will watch very specifically when I tell you to look at the Ice Wizard versus the Miner at the end of this battle. It does look like maybe Electrify has the Clash Royale gods on his side, in addition to these legendary cards and a whole lot of skill. And yes, some people say legendary cards or the Sparky are no skill cards, but if that were true, then everybody that had the cards that Electrify had would be dominating their own tournaments, and I don't really think that's exactly what we're seeing. All players are not created equal, and some guys, I have to admit it myself, just can do more with the same cards. Right here, Electrify trying to nullify that furnace, the poison spell in there, and once again, his opponent is out to an early lead, taking down the Princess. The Fire Spirits working slowly but surely on that left tower, and there you can see Electrify has already fallen behind before he had a chance to drop his first Sparky. But here it comes, but not until a second furnace is already up, so the Sparky having to work on defending against the Fire Spirits out of 2 furnaces. In comes the Ice Wizard, there goes a Musketeer as well. Electrify does manage to squeeze that Giant in at the river right in front of the Sparky. That's exactly what he wants to do. But maybe this isn't going to work out exactly as he had hoped. As the Giant falls, the Sparky just about to the tower falls to the guards. So this opponent with a very good deck here. The Miner, Guards, Furnace, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Poison, doing a great job and completely shutting down Electrify's first push. So he's suffered damage on his tower. His opponent, again, feeling pretty good. This time, Electrify is not going to let that furnace just sit there. He sends in the miner to help take it down faster, and that probably, I would say, is a good idea. Obviously, a positive elixir trade, even though it wasn't able to get it down all the way. So much damage comes from those little fire spirits. Just a little bit, that chip damage sometimes is all you need to get a victory in a long, drawn-out tournament match. Now right here, the miner, again, lots of damage, under 1,000 hit points left on Electrify's left tower. The poison spell, more damage, and taking the princess out of the picture. Electrify dropping Sparky from the visitor's dugout this time, coming from the bottom left corner of the map, heading forward with the Ice Wizard in the way, and there we go again. The Giant squeezed in right before the river, and a miner this time to help counter those other cards in front of the Giant and the Sparky. His opponent uses the miner to go behind the Sparky, turns it around, takes a charge. In come the guards. That is going to help absorb a second charge, and that is going to get rid of the Sparky along with that poison spell, and all of those units, a big push, suddenly just about completely shut down once again, and now we're down to the final 10 seconds of this battle. It doesn't look good. Electrify has so far to go. The miner, and there it is, the miner, the zap right on the tower as time runs out. Somehow, some way, the Ice Wizard squeezes in front of the miner, and check this out. As we watch again, zoomed in slow motion, the Ice Wizard drops, and it looks like the miner takes a swing at the Ice Wizard instead of the tower. 41 hit points left, and somehow Electrify downs the other tower in the meantime, grabbing the improbable and almost impossible last-second 1 crown win. But Electrify is just getting started. Another crazy battle, this time against a similar deck as what we're seeing again and again in tournaments. You're very often seeing this miner mini P.E.K.K.A. Furnace deck from opponents. I use it a lot in tournaments as well. That and the Hog Smoke Trifecta deck and this Giant Sparky deck or Royal Giant Sparky deck seem to be 3 of the most popular decks in tournaments right now. So Electrify is exemplifying the word patience through his playing style. The guy never worries about losing a bunch of hit points. Even an entire tower early in a battle is not going to discourage Electrify, and we could all take a lesson from his book right there. Never give up, never say die. I know I've said that before in past episodes, but it holds true. You never know when you're going to be able to turn things around, especially if one of your win condition cards is such a super powerful card that can deal so much damage so quickly that you can get in there, grab a tower to even things up, or even move in for the kill and grab that 3 crown. Right here, Electrify already, we are just barely a minute in. He's already looking like he's in big trouble in this battle. Now, Electrify isn't the Scottish Cavalier, but he's definitely infuriated by the sight of his own blood. One of those things where once he's lost some hit points, he seems to put things together and come back, and that's exactly what we're going to watch once again. 90 seconds left in this battle, and again, he's just patiently waiting for that right moment to drop the Sparky. There it goes at the very back behind the King's Tower. The Elixir Collector working away on the right-hand side, countering that miner pretty quickly. The Sparky moving in, and again, a Giant right in front of the Sparky. Sparky already working to protect the Giant, and that right there is key. The Giant, having gone down really early this time, is going to see that Sparky protect, and of course the Princess as well. It's a chain reaction right here. You've got Sparky protecting the Giant, the Princess protecting the Sparky. They both get to the tower. The Giant goes down. The Sparky working hard once again. Less than a minute remains. Sparky not able to get the job done. But again, Electrify just starts over. Another Sparky, another Ice Wizard working their way down the left-hand lane. Another Furnace is in the way. More supporting cards. This time the Giant just barely squeezed in, just inserted into that last space as the Sparky is just about to cross the river. And another solid counter right here. Sparky out of the way. The Giant never gets to the tower. Almost, but not quite. The Guard's a great card. And a third Sparky goes down. We're down under 20 seconds left in this battle, and repeatedly Electrify putting together very similar pushes. Watch for the Giant. There it is, squeezed in last second right in front of the river, right in front of the bridge. 10 seconds left in the battle, so we're definitely going into overtime. But this time, check out Sparky taking out units left and right. The Giant once again is not going to get to the tower, but the Sparky will. So will the Wizard, so will the Miner, and that is major damage. That is game over. 26 hit points were left on Electrify's tower, and like he says, sometimes at the ends of these battles, he just YOLOs it. He just goes for it and hopes for the best. That time it worked out. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this episode. Please do hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe for daily Clash content. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see every last one of you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galidon, why don't you ever show my battles anymore? He's not that good, you know. Don't be so amazing. I'm not impressed. Not a bit. Not at all.